As organizations strive to achieve more and increasingly demanding world problems, the question is no longer whether success is possible, but whether it can be sustained. In this episode, we explore what success without burnout really means and discuss the strategies that help individuals and leaders perform at their best without sacrificing well-being. To help us with the discussion is Kiran Mann. Kiran is a Canadian business strategist and CEO of Brars. Her 30-year career spanning fashion design, automotive, and manufacturing curated her leadership approach, the Harmonic System, a philosophy grounded in knowingness, love, and presence. And we welcome her today. Welcome, Kiran.
Hi, David. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, Kiran, I'm really interested in this one because I would like to know how to achieve success without burnout, because sometimes at the end of each day, I'm feeling like a little bit of burnout happening. And I'm sure many, many executives feel that way as well. So let's understand, first of all, what causes this burnout? What do we go through each day? And how does it build up? Because I'm sure it's not like a big wave that just comes and hits us. I get the feeling it's like it's in increments. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes. And I think we all go through that and probably continuously go through. There are certain things as a human, you can never conquer it. You can just get better and better in that. And many times we talk about work and home balance, right? There's no such thing as balance. You gotta pick your things. I think the word I went was trying to balance. Then I said, okay, let's try to prioritize. And then that didn't work because people thought, oh, so I am not your priority today. So then I just said, what are my priorities as a task? Instead of people and project, I went by priority of task. And that's what so far is working for me. When it comes to the word burnout, according to me, burnout actually is not a work problem. I think it's an identity problem. You know, it feels very natural, very authentic, and I think it becomes it's like it's not that you become interested in burnout because of your work. I became personally interested in knowing more and more about burnout because I felt it's because of life itself. So, over the years, which probably everybody can relate to, that burnout is something we think it's because we're doing too much. I had a long day, I had a lot of meetings, and I did not have time to pause and stop. And we think that is what is causing burnout. What I have learned is it's because of caring too much. Responsibilities, expectations, pressure, outcome. And at some point, you realize that successful people are the ones actually that are caring a lot because they think they no longer know how to do any differently. It's the roles that we play over the time. We try to perfect every role. We try to answer everybody that is coming to us. That's why I say it's an identity issue and not really a work issue.
So Kiran, when I've talked to people that do work in this area, one person said to me, you never achieve work-life balance.
Yeah.
It's more of a work-life juggle.
Yeah.
And another person described it as a pendulum, that sometimes, it swings out one way and you're going to have more work stuff. And then the pendulum swings back and you're going to have more life stuff that happens to you. And it's all about that kind of understanding that happens. Like life happens and work happens. And the people that struggle the most are the ones that are trying to always have work-life balance. And the understanding is it's going to be one. Sometimes it's going to be one and sometimes it's going to be the other. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. And also because many times we try to be the stronger ones. Yeah. We think that we need to be the stronger one who has an answer to everything. We create that environment for ourselves at time because we define success like that, hence an identity issue. We define success that if somebody is coming to us, whether it's employees coming, customers coming, your family's coming, your friends coming, and you are that person that's going to carry it all and you're the one that is going to help whoever needs. You have all the answers. When you get into that mode, you forget that you're trying to support everybody, but you forgot to help yourself. You forgot that you also need that break to allow that. Once we realize that we need to first start asking help for ourselves and then give out. When you go to the airplane in the air and they tell you, put the mask first before you do it to your infant. It's no different than in life. Did we take care of ourselves, made sure? Burnout is just giving us a signal that you're pushing it too far. I always say it's like an elastic. How much do you want to stretch? You stretch too far, it's not going to be able to come back.
And how do we define, or how do we recognize when we are on the verge of burnout? Some people, get tired. Some people resort to alcohol. Some people, disappear. Some people, there's all different kinds of ways that burnout manifests. But we want to catch it early. So how do we recognize some signs that say, you might be approaching the verge of burnout?
I think the first sign usually is that you don't feel good. When you are trying to push because you're justifying every action, whether it's a justification that this success is going to give me a fulfillment, or that is going to complete a responsibility or a role that I have. We have justification of doing so, and your body and mind is giving you a signal. I have a headache. My shoulders are tight. I got to go massage. I got to go lie down. We have all those things, and we justify why we're pushing our mind and body and soul further than needed. Whereas what is needed is the moment you see the sign, ask yourself the question, am I doing it to support and justify something? Or am I doing it because I am the only one who has to do it, but when I do it, it's going to make me feel fulfilled? So to answer your question in one line, the sign is your body is giving you a sign. Your mind is giving you a sign because it starts getting irritated, frustrated, sad, upset, cranky. We swear, we blame people. But it's all about releasing that energy that is trapped because you're not dealing with it. But on the other side, when you start feeling sad, when you're not happy in anything you're doing because you're pushing yourself, that lack of happiness is your biggest sign that you are doing more than what you need to, and you need to give it a break and listen to yourself.
Do some people, they're on the verge of burnout, but they don't recognize it? There are people that say, oh, bring it on. I love it. I love it when people need me and they come and ask questions. The more pressure, the better. Are there people around that are like that? And is that healthy?
In my opinion, I think I'm guilty of that, but I have met so many people over the 30 years of professional career and kind of see the same pattern and talking to them. We as leaders, when we are successful and the smartest people in the rooms, are also the same people that have the highest number of burnout signs, because we just want to make things work. We have an end goal, a destination in mind. So no matter what the workload we're giving to everybody, if there is somewhere a gap, we're going to fill in those gaps ourselves. So you end up taking the load more than you should. Right. I think.
How do you push back on? You mentioned people are coming in, they're asking you questions, and the family's asking you questions, and they're always looking to you for the answer because you've been the one that has supplied it over the years. How do you gently push back on that, especially family members? I mean, it's tough to do to your family. Sometimes it's not as difficult to do to your staff, but it's difficult to do to people around you, and it's not just work requests. It comes from all different areas. So how do you gently push back on that?
You're so right. I think the one other thing when I started trying this, and I think I'm still working through it, it's family, but then it's you as well. Number one is actually you as I. When I have created an environment, I'm just going to use me as an example to elaborate on it. If I've created an environment where I'm going to make things happen for everybody to make the whole thing successful, I am going to stop if I've become self-aware that I'm burning myself out, I need to stop, pause, and delegate, and all the different tools I can do. First of all, as a human, we start feeling guilty because we don't know how to sit. We as mothers love talking about this, that I had so many things to do. So the moment I sit, I'm like looking at all the things that have to be done in the house. How can I sit? You start feeling guilty because you have not allowed yourself the rest moment of treating yourself, going to the spa, or just having a glass of wine by the fire. We don't do that so often till our laundry list is done. So it's first is answering yourself that it is okay. And then the same thing goes with your family, your dear ones, and also understanding we have run our lives in one way. So the moment we have become now self-aware and we want to make a change, the change has to sometimes come in small shifts because people around us and us ourselves have become habitual of our older selves. So when you change, they're like, what happened to this individual? They used to do everything for me. Now they're saying, I'm not going to cook for you. What happened? Mama used to feed everything. My boss used to help me everywhere there was a gap. And now they're saying, go figure it out. So it is a change management, no different than any other changes we do in the business.
It sounds like very much change management and conditioning people around you.
Correct.
To respect that. Interesting topic, Kiran. I think we've got lots more podcasts to do in the future on this and helping people manage their stress and their burnout. If you like this video, give it a like. If you really enjoy the content, smash that subscribe button and get notified of our next episode. Thanks to my guest, Kiran Mann, for being with us today. This is David Wojcik for MBOT TV's Zoomcast, wishing you continued success in your business.
Thank you, David. Thank you.